Are you sitting down? Make sure you're sitting down because Kyrsten Sinema wore boots. That's right. It has absolutely blown the mind of one Alabama auditor whose name I'm not going to say for reasons that will become clear in a second. So here is the original post shared by this Alabama Republican auditor who showed a photo of Kyrsten Sinema, newly elected senator from the great state of Arizona. It says, what newly elected Arizona Democrat Senator Kyrsten Sinema wore to work. And for those listening to audio, it's a dress and then she's wearing boots.
They don't even have fur.
Boots without the fur.
But everyone's still looking at her.
No. So she looks happy. She looks like she has fashion sense. But this man wrote the following statement, the Senate auditor, whose name we're redacting. Who is that senator who accompanied Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema as the senator took the Senate floor? Well-written sentence there. No one seemed to notice. You can see him in this photo and others. He represents these out-of-state senators instead of us, the people of Alabama. Can you see him? I am exploring running against him next year. Who is it? So it's Doug Jones. So this guy who kind of made this story blow up about Kyrsten Sinema wearing boots is an auditor from the state of Alabama who is using the fact that Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema wore boots to attack Doug Jones, who, can we go back to the first photo please? Who had the audacity to be sitting in the walking away in the bottom corner of the smaller of the two photos.
Wow.
This is nuts. Okay, so other people quickly swarmed to say about Kyrsten Sinema's outfit, how dare she? They said things like, where's her pimp?
Wow.
She's wearing doomy boots. Ridiculous things like that. Anna, what's your take on this? You cannot like the boots. That's a separate issue.
I know. So we'll have a separate conversation about those boots.
Okay.
Like what I think about the fashion trend of those boots, because I have strong feelings on that. But do I agree that she was dressed inappropriately? No, I do not agree, okay? She didn't show up in a bikini. She showed up wearing a dress that covers her almost fully, and then boots that cover up almost her entire leg, like legs. So I don't, what world are we living in? And by the way, I get that there is a long-standing tradition where our lawmakers are supposed to dress a certain way. They're all supposed to be very buttoned up. Women are supposed to wear the pantsuits, and but I don't care. I don't care. The fact that people are having a conversation about this right now, when all this shady stuff is happening in the country, is ridiculous. I don't care what she's wearing, and I don't even think what she's wearing is scandalous. I don't think she's scantily clad. I think this is a nonsense, controversy brought up by a nonsense person.
She's not wearing the most Senate-y attire, because the most Senate-y attire is like a charcoal gray suit bought from Robinson's May in 1996 before they went out of business, because senators have been dudes forever.
Yes.
And I did a weird bit on this a long time ago, which it took place in a bizarro world. It was basically you go through, are there parallel dimensions out there? And imagine if the tables were turned. Mm-hmm. Then it would be like, are we ready for a male senator? What if he doesn't wear a dress? What, are we ready to see a senator not wearing a dress? Oh my God. What are they supposed to wear? I feel so bad for the women in Congress because you can't just go buy the same old boring ass suit. You have to buy this like weird all blue with pearls pantsuit with like not even a button down tie.
Yeah.
Like it's already gonna look weird because the norm has been established by 220 years of dudes in suits. And that was probably crazy when they moved away from like their cummerbund wig wearing days.
That's actually a good point.
I like when I surprise people with that's actually a good point.
No, that's a really good point though. Like when did that transition happen? Who was the rebel who was like, I'm not gonna wear the wig.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the wig off.
I don't wanna see your hair, cover it up, you harlot. When's your pimp showing up? Guy just wearing a normal haircut? Naked face without the beard over there.
They dislike her because of everything else. I mean, they might want to pick on the way that she's dressed, but remember, she is not religious and members.
And they're probably into it. That's what I want to say. This guy is absolutely into it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is the version that I read to you earlier from the auditor from the great state of Alabama. Said in an earlier version of the post, according to an op-ed at AL.com, which is a great site, John Archibald wrote, in an earlier version of the post, he wrote that she, quote, took the floor improperly attired, but later edited those comments out. So he went in and he thought that part was inappropriate to say she was improperly attired.
It was inappropriate, yeah.
I would love, can I please show you photos of this guy and the stuff he's worn over the years?
Is it really him? Is that really him?
This is him.
Come on!
These are 6 photos uploaded by John Archibald, a Pulitzer Prize winning writer. And you need to go to alabama.com, AL.com more often. So for those of you who listen to the podcast, there's 6 photos. In the top left, he is wearing a very festive St. Patrick's Day attire, including printed on sunglasses with shamrocks, 4-leaf clovers. Fine, it's a party and a parade. Then he's featured at a Trump rally wearing flags with cars on it in like a weird Tommy Bahama, like the most patriotic Hawaiian shirt you've ever seen. We'll get to the top right photo in a moment. Then he's wearing like a Bear Bryant hat. Then it's just a picture of him, which is the meanest one because it's just his portrait. It's trying to make fun of how he looked. And in the bottom right's Mr. Toad.
Man.
It's just Mr. Toad. This guy defended, he went through all, except for Mr. Toad. He was like, all of the places I was wearing was a parade, a thing, a rally. The top right photo, he's wearing a Confederate flag.
Oh, I missed that, you're right.
So I understand it's Alabama, and I understand there it's considered the war of northern aggression, but he's still wearing a Confederate flag on his lapel, a symbol of fighting against liberation of people from slavery, but she's wearing boots.
Without the fur.
Without the sauce fur.
Yeah.
Also, here's a picture of Roy Moore, just to remind you who the other candidate was running against Doug Jones in a leather vest and a cowboy hat and a gun. Yes, it was at a rally, but this guy.
That's not inappropriate, right? That's not to be criticized, but a woman wearing boots, inappropriate.
On the go? Don't worry, we got you covered. You can still listen to TYT at our new podcast network. Find us on Apple Podcasts, the Google Play Store, or at tyt.com/podcast.